Culture is said to be a way of life of a particular race, community, or people. This is evident on the way they behave, dress, dance, greet, eat, among other things which make them unique. For instance, the Migili people usually set a period for celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ, popularly known as Christmas, in the month of December. It was on this note that Gude community in Jenkwe development area, predominantly of Migili extraction and farmers, rolled out drums to celebrate the 2021 Christmas. Dressed in their traditional attire and in the spirit of the Yuletide, the people, young and old, men and women, defied the harsh weather experienced within the period to showcase their rich cultural heritage to the admiration of spectators. The cultural fiesta was the handwork of the Director General, Nasarawa Geographic Information Service, Mr. Soni Makama Agassi, who can best be described as a lover and promoter of Migili culture. Soni Makama Agassi, who holds the traditional titles of Garkuwan Migili, meaning the shield of Migili, and Jeluko Gude, meaning the chief warrior of Gude, explained that the essence of the annual event is to save the Migili cultural norms and values from going into extinction.
Propelled by my love for Migili Nation, my love for the community, my love for culture, as it were. If you put it back in perspective, in the past, this is what commonly happens without prompting. But now I think gradually our people are beginning to take it for granted that we don't need to organize this kind of event to show our culture, to show our celebration of the birth of Christ. So I decided, I think, a couple of years ago to rejuvenate and revitalize and reorganize this kind of event yearly to ensure that the younger generation remember that there once was a time where our people celebrate the birth of Christ and also the show of our culture. So essentially, for me, it's a fulfillment that bringing back the past to the present so that it can be featured in the future. The lessons this evening essentially, George, is for anybody who is watching, anybody who would give his little time to watch. Number one, the show of love. Christ is an epitome of love and affection. If in the Bible, it was told to us that he gave his life for all of us, and that's exactly what he did. And secondly, it is the show of community, that convivial relationship, bringing communities together. You can see we are able to fuse the different clans, irrespective of their differences, including the Igons that live with us. As a matter of fact, I intend to expand it to other cultures like the Tiv and other tribes that live in and around and within the next time. So essentially, the lesson for all of us is let's live together in peace, and there's nothing better than having a cordial relationship with your neighbors, with your family, and of course, with humanity as a whole.
The occasion can only be described as cultural jamboree, as it's accorded other ethnic nationalities, such as the Anzalu dancers of the Egon people and Fulani dancers, respectively, the opportunity to celebrate with the Migili people. Expressing his joy on the cultural rebirth, the traditional ruler of Gude Chiefdom, Je James Agule, apart from commending his subject Sonny Makama Agassi for staging the event annually, urged youths to be proud of their identity, a view corroborated by the State Executive Secretary, Scholarship Board, Danlami Ikpobose. That was not all. This year's cultural rebirth was also an opportunity to officially inaugurate the Gude Square, which was asphalted by the state government as confirmed by the Director General, Nasarawa Geographic Information Service, Sonny Makama Agassi.
If you recall, the event essentially is two parts. The first part is to commission Village Square, Gude Square, and as you can see, there's nothing in this zone, in the whole of, I can beat my chest and say in the whole of the Southern Senatorial Zone, there's nothing closer to what we have here in Gude right now, except from Lafayette Square. And the reason why this has happened is this square you see represent one of the 50 polling units of Jenkwe. And in each unit, in each election, without being immodest, this has always produced the highest vote for APC. And if I will tell you the last election during A.A. Sule's governorship candidacy, the whole of Jenkwe gave A.A. Sule 947 above and beyond Mbugadu. 545 of that, I repeat, 545 of that vote came from this polling unit. So after this, the next thing we need, and I've spoken to the governor a couple of times, I don't want to put pressure on him, is electricity. Now that we have the Acrobat 330 kVA substation, I think Gude community, like all other Mijili community, deserve to be connected to that line, and I'll continue to plead with His Excellency to see reason why we deserve this electricity. Is going to ginger business.
After a competitive dance among various hamlets that make up Gude community, awards were presented to them all with an expectation that the year 2022 will be better. After all said and done, there was a general dance to usher the dignitaries out from the village square. For Good Morning Nasarawa, it's been Smarjosh reporting.